As you're watching the Joy News channel, my name is Daniel Dazi. Let's take you now to Flagstaff House, where German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier and Ghanaian President Akufo-Addo are currently holding a joint press conference. Now, President Akufo-Addo is hosting the German president, who has been on a working visit since yesterday, that is on Monday evening. Currently speaking is Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta ahead of this joint news conference, which will be addressed by both of the presidents. Let's join Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta now.
Of Ghana as an important pillar of stability in the region and an economic zone that has to be supported. The work our president has done with bringing macroeconomic stability and fiscal consolidation is the way to go to ensure that we can cascade in foreign private investment to support our investment drive. We are looking forward to picking out some specific areas in energy, healthcare, job creation skills from there on, and expect that this will be a very special relationship going forward. Thank you very much for your comments.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, met here today to receive at the seat of the Ghanaian presidency one of the really strong friends of our country. He was here when he was foreign minister a decade ago. It was the time when I was foreign minister here in Ghana. So we know each other from that time. And as president, he has come back to come and visit us, to renew the friendships, and advance the dialogue that there has been and continues to be between our two countries. Germany and Ghana have excellent relations. We are, I believe, the third biggest trading partner of Germany in sub-Saharan Africa. And beyond that, there are many important features of commonality between what we're trying to do here and what's taking place in Germany. And the German economy, for those who know it, has always been distinguished by 2 or 3 key elements. One, the prevalence and importance of small and medium-scale enterprises within the context of the German economy. Small and medium-scale enterprises are the overwhelming numbers of enterprises in our own economy. And how to scale them up, strengthen them, is a major challenge of policy for us in Ghana. We believe that this is an area where we can profit very strongly from the German experience and the German model. Again, an area where Germany has, as it were, taken the lead in the world is in the training of its workforce. The so-called dual system, which allows people to work and study and go between the factory floor and the study room, has made it that the German workforce is one of the most efficient, not just in Europe, but in the world. And it shows by the continuing performance and resilience of the German economy. This is another area of great concern for us. The whole area of skills development and skills training for our workforce and for our young people. Education, as you know, is a major priority of my government. We're investing considerable parts of the Ghanaian exchequer funds in education because we want to scale up the capacity and the competence of our workforce. So these are areas. Again, Germany is an important leader and player in the world of renewable energy. This is another extremely important area of concern for us. We have significant hydro resources, as we all know, but we believe that going down the road, a mixture of both hydro and renewable energies represents the best mix for the energy generation of the future. And we're hoping that, again, and this is an area where we can have a meaningful intercourse with Germany. There are many, many, many areas of international concern where Ghana and Germany stand very much shoulder to shoulder in our view of issues about terrorism. And above all, we're taking a great deal of inspiration from the commitment of German's leaders. The president is here. I've had the opportunity to meet recently with the chancellor in supporting the options that the Ghanaian people have taken to assume greater and greater responsibility for their economic development. Very strong words of encouragement that suggest that the slogan, the Ghana Beyond Aid, is one that finds great resonance with the leadership of Germany. And it provides, of course, yet another important base for this continuing and fruitful dialogue that there is between our two countries. I'm particularly happy that today I have the opportunity to meet with Frank-Walter Steinmeier. He's been a good friend. Many of the trials and tribulations that have been part of my life have been part of his. Foreign ministers, leaders of opposition, and now presidents. It's very much the same paradigm. But he's very welcome here in Ghana. He's come with a very impressive business delegation. We're hoping that that delegation is going to take the opportunity of this visit to have a really serious and meaningful intercourse with our own business community, so that the very strong relations that there are between our two countries will continue to develop them. So, Mr. President, this is a man here. Once again, Akwaba, thank you very much for coming, and you're very welcome here in Ghana again.
Ja, vielen Dank, Herr Präsident Akufo-Addo. In der Tat, wir haben uns in diesen letzten 10, 12 Jahren in verschiedenen Rollen mit verschiedenen Aufgaben
being responsible for different remits, and perhaps it is quite helpful to have come throughout one's career to a situation where you have been able to look at politics from a different vantage point. And then to be here again as president. I'm delighted, let me say that at the outset, to be able to meet an old friend whom I, as you said, had the opportunity to meet first as foreign minister of his country. I paid 2 visits in 2007 and then in 2008 again to Ghana. And in the time since, we've had ample opportunity to meet again on the fringes of international fora. The last time we met was in Berlin on the fringes of the G20 Africa Summit, when you came to my new official seat, the seat of the federal president. It doesn't happen that often, really. It's quite rare to be able to continue the exchange, the communication between two politicians representing two countries that are not located in the respective immediate vicinity of each other. To have that regular exchange and communication across a stretch of many years. But it is more than just about personal relations. The close relations between my country and your country, Ghana, has a long-standing tradition, and in the last years or so, it's been given an additional impetus. It has grown immensely. Mr. President, you mentioned, and we have had visible proof of that this morning when we talked to business representatives from Ghana and from Germany, that the interest in each other is incredibly great. There's a sense of general curiosity for a number of different reasons. And as far as the German business and industries community is concerned, I can report to you that many of them made the point that compared to many other African countries, the infrastructure and the investment condition and climate is much better here, and that, of course, German business and industry is happy to go into a country to invest there, where there is a democracy perspective, and a country like Ghana where you have a tradition of stability. With, amongst others, dear Mr. President, Ghana has shown the world in the last 12 months or so that it is possible to move away from a difficult situation, as was the case for your country, by taking determined actions. And the data available to us now, and we talked about this earlier when we sat together with our delegations, have improved quite visibly and are much more optimistic than, say, a year or two we would have been able to hope for. As far as that is concerned, there is an interest on the part of the German business community and industry, but that is also true vice versa. And we talked about that earlier with the President and his ministers. The interest on the part of Ghana in German investments is just as great, because it's not only about investing in companies and plants. Perhaps this is to do with the fact that German companies bring something along when they come here that you urgently need. You mentioned it, vocational training, providing the skills for the young people that they urgently need here in Ghana. And insofar, I not only understand, but even more, I welcome the fact that the President and the government of this country, given all the necessity to consolidate their budget, nevertheless focus intensively on the sector of education and vocational training these days. It is something that I conceive to be as necessary. It is necessary, but it also makes a lot of sense, as the President rightly pointed out when he explained the philosophy earlier, and that you have only just unfolded to have a Ghana beyond aid. I think we both are quite aware of the fact that this is not only the right objective, the direction in which one ought to go, but that it can only be beneficial, it can only work if you open up the opportunities for the young people to, through education and to training and vocational education, develop a perspective for yourself in your home country. This is very important, and as it is so important, we are more than happy to be of assistance, to support you in that, to cooperate with you in that regard. And the joint declaration of intent on the design of a partnership to promote private investment, sustainable economic development here is a sign of us respecting fully and having every respect for what Ghana has been doing in the recent past and what singles it out from other African countries these days. But apart and beyond what I've just said, we will also be able to cooperate more strongly in the field of university training and education. I will be paying a visit to the University of Ghana this afternoon and will be opening a study course for advanced university studies. This afternoon we will be paying a visit to the company Scania, which offers dual vocational training on the basis of the system that we have established in Germany for quite a while. We will have the opportunity to talk to young students about their expectations, about their perspectives here in Ghana. And tonight, Mr. President, we will meet again and have the opportunity to, in a way, pass in review what we have seen and to continue the exchange we've begun this morning about the topics that concern both of us, the security situation and the security architecture in the West African neighborhood, about questions of migration and refugees and many other issues. The one and I am here with you are not long enough to, in a way, pay homage to what you have to offer, but I think they offer us an opportunity to build on the talks that we used to have in the past. I thank you very much, Mr. President. I thank you and the government for the very friendly, the cordial reception that greeted us all here in Accra. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we have a very busy day, so I think that we'll say thank you very much, and we'll allow the President to continue in his day. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Keine Frage.